But back to football. I think we've built a culture at Michigan State right now. I think we're 36-5 in the last 3 years, 24-2 in the Big Ten Conference. As you've heard, we've sort of set the table in terms of what we have to do every year. So right now our focus is trying to go back to back, and I'll take questions.
If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone right over to you. Coach, we'll start right under the lights on our right here under the aisle.
Hondo Carpenter, Spartan Nation. Mark, at the end of spring, Riley and John Reschke had talked a lot about Chris Fry and how the three of them had run as the ones all spring, and so did Mike Tressel. When the depth chart came out yesterday, he was at number 2 behind Andrew. Can you tell us maybe what happened since the spring that he would lose that?
Well, I think what we've tried to do is basically put our players. We have an extremely talented linebacker situation. Ed Davis can be thrown into that. Andrew Dowell, they're all starters. We have what I would consider 5 starters. Shane Jones is another guy I think can go in there and start. Byron Bulla is another guy that had an outstanding spring. So I think we're very deep at the linebacker position. Depth charts are depth charts. It's a starting point. Why that occurred right now is up to Coach Tressel, but as far as I'm concerned, Chris Fry is a starter as well.
Floor is open right now. If you have a question,
plays multitude of positions. He plays Sam, plays star, multiple. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We lose good players every year, just like every other program, but it seems that when the time comes as a senior, you have to play your best football. So our seniors have their best years. And you look at Aaron Burbage last year, having his best year, catching 82 passes or whatever it was, and the year before that, Tony Lippett. You look at what Connor Cook was able to do. So we've got guys poised for that. Again, we've established a culture. We've lost some good players. I think we have 31 players back with some type of starting experience. Maybe it's like 15 on offense, like 13 or 14 or so on defense that we would consider starters. We've had a great recruiting class and built that, there's classes on top of each other. So we'll play some young players at certain positions. Certainly at wide receiver, you're going to see young players playing. But I think all those things sort of blend into it, and our guys expect to win.
Coach, we'll come down to the front row on our right.
How's it going? Jonathan Jaffe, Orange and Blue News. Just getting away from Michigan State for a second, what can you say about Lovie Smith and what he brings to the Big Ten Conference?
Lovie Smith, I think I don't know Lovie that well, but I think his track record as a football coach is very well received. Obviously a great football coach. I've heard great things about him as a person, and I believe that University of Illinois found themselves a great football coach.
Coach, next question is on the aisle on the left.
Coach, you mentioned the seniors, and I know you built your culture around having your seniors have their best years. So what was your first message to them, maybe in the aftermath after the loss to Alabama?
That game sort of got out of hand. My wife tells me, get over it. She says, hey, get over it, you lost. But, I thought it was a competitive game in the first half. But what I said to our football team is, hey, we've gone this far, but there's still ways we have to go. Don't hang your head. Let's get on with business. Life's full of ups and downs. There's going to be down times. To me, it's how you handle the down times that define you. It's easy to walk around when you've won. More difficult when you've had a loss and you have to regain your composure and you have to move forward with the process. So Michigan State's always been about the process. So this was just a stepping stone. That was a step back down the staircase. It's time to take another step up.